Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to be solving LeetCode 771, Joules and Stones. So for this problem, we're given a string called joules, which represents the type of stones that are in another string, or that are in joules, and a string called stones, which represents the stones we have. Each character in stones is a type of stone we have. You want to know how many of the stones you have are also joules. Letters are case sensitive, so lowercase a is considered different from an uppercase a. So let's take a look at our examples. We have joules with a lower and uppercase a, and our string stones, and our output should be 3, right? Because we have 1 lowercase and 2 uppercase. So, okay, so we can solve this problem using a set. And what we want to do is create a set from joules. Well, let's say we'll call it S is equal to a set. Now, there's 2 different ways to do this. We could just say set joules, and that'll give us something like this, right? Where S is equal to this. But if you're not familiar with doing that, essentially what's happening under the hood is where we have a for loop, and it's looping through every character in joules, and it is adding that character to our set. So it'll be, if that character is not in our set, it adds it. S.add character. So that's essentially what's happening in this one line here. So we'll comment this out, get rid of this. Now what do we need to do? Well, now we need to loop through every character in our stones list, right? And we need to, if we run into a character that is in our set, right, we're going to have to increment some sort of counter. So let's create a counter. Initialize it to 0. So now we can start our for loop. So we'll say for character in stones. If that character is in our set, then we just increment our counter by 1. And then at the end, we want to return a number of that counter. So we'll just return counter. And that'll tell us how many joules are in our stones string. So let's run this and see if it works. And there we go, it does. So what are the time and space complexities for this problem? Well, for the time complexity, it is going to be O of j plus O of s. Why do I say that? O of j plus s. O of j plus s. Well, we're looping through every element in joules, and we're creating a new set from those characters. But then we're also looping through our stones and checking if that single character is also within our set. So we're looping through both. We're looping through all of the elements in both of our strings. So that's why we have j plus s, where j is equal to our joules string and s is equal to our stones string. Now for the space complexity, this is going to be O of whatever the length of our set is. Right? We're creating a new data structure from our joules string, and it's only ever going to be the length of our joules string. So that's why it's why the space is O of whatever our set is, the length of our set. All right, and I will see you guys in the next one.